Good afternoon, everyone. So we have to take some action now. We have been talking since morning about AI. Let's take some action on AI. First of all, we'll talk about what is AI in action in Kuwait market. Maybe somebody wants to take a guess. I know there are 10 different countries or nationalities available in the room. Somebody wants to take a guess. What is AI in action in Kuwait? I'll start with some of the examples. So Kuwait government has signed with Microsoft to set up AI COE, AI Center of Excellence, where it will help transform all the government employees in Kuwait to uplift them towards AI and see how AI can benefit in terms of day-to-day job for them. Second action for AI again in Kuwait, Ministry of Education has announced AI to be mandatory as part of curriculum from grade 10 onwards. Few more actions. Has anyone heard about FEDA, F-E-D-H-A? So we have been talking about whether AI is going to take our jobs or not. Any guesses? So FEDA is the first AI-generated news reporter in Kuwait, and then we say whether AI is going to take our jobs or not. This is one example where AI is taking your jobs. And you may find it, so it's Kuwait News being broadcasted or reported by FEDA as an AI agent. With this, ladies and gentlemen, I'll welcome my first panelist on stage, please. Farida Anani. Farida is the Executive Manager, Emerging Technologies at Warburg Bank. She is also the founder and CEO for Smart Globe, doing a lot into IoT. Welcome Farida on stage. I'll welcome my next panelist, Salman Olayan. Salman is Senior Vice President, Digitization and Analytics at Markaz. He's a wealth tech SME. If people want to reach out to him, how to grow your wealth, please reach out to him. He's around. Next, I'll welcome Arun Matthew. So Arun is the VP. We have another Vice President. Arun is the VP from Phenonics Solutions. He helps the bank towards AI transformation. Welcome all the panelists on stage, please. So we have been talking about AI since morning, and this panelist will focus more about how the AI is creating an action into different organizations. We'll talk about bank, we'll talk about something around wealth, and how the tech is going to transform. With this, I'll start, Farida, from you. Ramki gave a beautiful presentation about emerging technologies, and you head as emerging technologies in Warburg Bank. So just give like a quick snapshot of what, according to you, is emerging technologies, and then you give a perspective how emerging technologies are helping to transform the customer perspective towards digital. We start with you, please.
Okay. Thank you all for attending such lovely event. This is the first time that I'm attending with you. It's my honor always. Actually, I'll start or grab the start point from one of our valuable speakers. Is a technology is enabler or a driving factor? Actually, I respect both theories because it's both true. Yes, we need to start everything from the customer expectations, and the technology at the end, it's enabling us to achieve such target. But also, we need to understand that sometimes the technology pushing the customer to think beyond the expectation. Now, the journey, it's not only the expectations. The journey is a prediction of the future. The journey is coming from the first perspective or pillar related to the AI, which is the target. What is our target, actually, when we are serving or offering the banking services? The target, which is generation. If we will compare the banking industry, for example, with the mobile industry. The mobile industry, you will find a roadmap and white papers and designs and testing, not only for alpha and beta generation, but even beyond them. In banking sector, always we are behind generation like 1 or 2. So we are working -2. If we will analyze most of the activities related to AI in the banking industry, not only in Kuwait, nor in GCC, even worldwide, you will find most of these activities targeting millennium generation, not even Gen Z. Gen Z needs a lot of other activities and things and perspective. That's why we will move to the other aspect related to AI, which is the behavior of the AI. In the behavior of the AI, you will find a lot of things. Most of people, while you are talking with the public or the normal customer, they are thinking that the AI is a type of machine learning. Yes, we cannot deny that the machine learning is a sub-branch of the AI. But it's only limited to the learning aspects. There is no reasoning. There is no problem solving. There is no actions. The journey beyond the learning is to provide a solution. When I'll wake up morning, I'll find my bank sending for me, good morning, today you have 1,000 KD and you have opportunity to be invested overnight to take a 10 KD more in your pockets. I'll bring it to you, it's granted. You can imagine that. But as reactive one, waiting for me to take an action, and at the end you are telling me, see Farida, I can analyze your behavior in your lifestyle. Always every month you are sending money to XYZ, so I'll send this month, yes or no? Yes, send. This is not the end of the AI. The AI needs to be even expecting the behavior of the new generation. What is their expectation? Is it binded to a mobile device? Definitely not. It will be extended to IoT. It will be extended to even sensors. Sometimes they are thinking that it's idiot idea, but maybe we will reach it as a chip built in our body, can take all the sensor and sentinel factors, providing behavior, changing my money, changing my investment, changing my career while I'm sleeping. This is the AI. But the point that is the AI is a replacement to human? Definitely not. It's a tool helping human to enjoy their life, to achieve their targets, to receive more appreciation, to get a great journey in their day. So this is the AI. If we will analyze it from the behavior from AI, we will find machine learning, we will find the genetic algorithms, we will find neuro algorithms, you will find conjunctive computing, you'll find a lot of things and a lot of tools. But from a target-wise, you can divide it between 3 different layers. One targeting directly the customer journey, and the second, it's called indirect or a cold room, and the third is shared behavior between the customer and the bank or the financial institutions. From a direct behavior with the customer journey, including behavior biometric, it's not anymore that put your face and I recognize your identity. No, I can even go beyond that. You are today, Farida, you are absent. You are not happy. I'll make you happy in certain way. This is the AI, how can behave. There's extension in the journey of the customer itself. And this is one of the things that I even introduced in a couple of papers in relation to delighting your customer. You are not delivering a service, you are delighting your customer. Your customer needs a customized and personalized journey per second, not per day, not per location. You are not thinking about a smart GPS that tracking where are you, and based on your position or location, you are in a work, I'll provide for you XYZ services. You are at home relaxing and watching movie, I'll provide for you a different journey. No, even per second, you can change the behavior and journey of the customer. I know and I can predict what is your need after 1 hour, 1 day, 1 month. I can predict based on your status if you are a single or a father or a mother looking after kids, small kids or adult one. So all of these, they are the use of the AI. It's one of the definition of the AI that I actually love it. It's a universe. It's our life. It's just a tool to simulate and mimic the actual human behavior and intelligence, but in a very high optimized behavior, an efficient one, helping us to enjoy our life.
Great. So, direct, indirect, shared responsibility. And Salman, I'll just pick a point from what Farida said. AI is not going to replace our jobs. Okay? But I shared one example where AI may replace some potential jobs. Now, we have a similar challenge in the wealth management as well. Instead of going to the wealth managers, people started going to AI. AI, please help me. How do I diverse my portfolio? Okay. Now, what do you see as a wealth manager, the challenges in your space due to AI, and the perspective between human intuition and the machine intelligence, the balance between these two? Just share your perspective in terms of how AI is going to transform the life of the wealth managers.
Perfect. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Ms. Farida. I think she's spot on. I agree. AI will never replace humans, specifically in wealth management. You know, we work in an industry that's very personalized. People will always need this red carpet kind of treatment. They always want that phone call. They always want you to follow up with them on their portfolio, what's happening, what's the new product. And I think machines will not be able to do that. Regardless of how AI develops, I don't think it will replace what wealth manager needs. But where AI comes in the picture is where it enhances the productivity, right? So, as you said, the reports, think of the client journey, right? From onboarding to maintenance. All this journey has been optimized with AI, right? You don't have to go through all this paperwork. It used to take weeks. Now it's taking, like, you can say days. I'll give you an example. At Markaz, we are working on upgrading our system, an AI-friendly one. So the RM can simply talk to the chatbot. I'm meeting today customer X. Give me a brief about his position. He's invested in equities, invested in real estate. He has an upcoming corporate action coming. You know, he's really empowered to meet that client, right? So if you think in a way, AI has levied these day-to-day kind of tasks and gave more time for the RM to focus on things that the machine cannot do. They can build relations, think of strategic guidance, help him in advising on complex financial issues, right? And this is where we want the RM to be. This is where we want the wealth manager to focus on, right? So that's where the AI helped. Yeah, I totally agree. It will not replace humans, and it will never do. Now, it's a very interesting debate on human versus machines, what will happen. I think we should say it's humans and machines. You can have machines do the analytical engineer, and where humans are used for the emotional intelligence, for the judgment, that I think machines are not yet there. I was listening to an interesting podcast the other day on a new concept called AGI, Artificial General Intelligence, where AI starts solving problems. And we are very far at reaching that level. So I think till that time comes, we have to think of humans and machines, and companies that adopt this hybrid approach will be the differentiator, of course.
Great, thank you so much, Salman. Arun, coming over to you. These days, AI is plugged into, you say core banking, you say transaction banking, you say wealth solution. AI is embedded into all the key products available in the market. Now there is an ambition and there is an execution piece. According to you, what do you see the key gap between what an organization wishes to achieve through AI and what is the execution perspective on ground?
Right. Firstly, thank you. Thanks for having me here, and greetings to this august audience, a group that is doing a lot and kind of transforming this space. And AI, through the day we've been hearing about AI. We've heard Ramki's presentation where there was a lot of focus on compartmentalizing where AI is getting in, or where are these specific areas where AI is coming in. So when it comes to the gap, I would say it's the last mile. Okay? The last mile that is not yet covered. How many of these AI concepts have moved from a pilot phase to the production phase? How many are still in the labs or the sandbox, which have actually not gotten to the production phase, and somebody is actually getting something out of it? Is there a tangible benefit that is coming out of an AI concept that was brought in by a particular team or a particular leader into the function? How many of them got stagnated from the proof of concept and never really transitioned into the production phase? So here, I would say, firstly, are your concepts that you brought out really integrated into the business teams? Right? On one side, you can come out with a great fraud detection engine, okay? And as a concept, it really works. You've shown this and proven this on a sandbox. But at the same time, have you been able to integrate this into your transaction engine or into your alert management engine? Has that integration been successful? And have you scaled it? You started off, but it has not just gotten to the next level. So there is a clear gap, and I would say it is about the isolation that has been created and where we lack that integration capability. Secondly, ownership and trust. On one side, as a technology company, we do have a lot of discussions where, at some point in time, today we can't have a banking business level discussion without at least one mention of AI, Gen AI, where it is going to come in and all of that. And there is a good buy-in that we get. There is a proper buy-in that we get, and we have asked to, move it to the next stage. And when we move it to the next stage, there are multiple layers of trust gap that is coming in. Firstly, within the business teams, is that gentleman or the lady there, have they bought into this particular concept? Have I been able to show him that, by adopting this particular AI-based solution, can I get this dollar difference tomorrow? Can I clearly say from a 1 hour job, it has come down to a 5-minute job? And has this been communicated, and have you gained the trust of that one particular business leader out there who, end of the day, his sole bread and butter is about, the day-to-day work that has to happen, and he has to, by the end of the day, he has to have a set of reports that are ready and has to have a certain balance sheet that he has to show. So have we reached that point there? That's the question. Have we gained the internal trust first and foremost? Then secondly, the trust from the outside world. We heard about Ramki's session where he told about there is this, today it is easier to, or rather there is even the older generation, the generation with the grays who are actually looking at digitization and AI and so on. Are we getting the trust from that group of people? That group of people are, probably the easiest to target because they have had the experience of the worst side of banking during their initial days on their first loan application or their first home loan or a car loan or any of that. So that is that group who have actually gone through the troubles of the traditional banking, going into a branch and so on. So it is that group that would immediately understand, yes, I need this. But that group also understands the worries about data. They always have these question marks that are going in, is this data, is it safe to give out my data? And we are learning, and all the frauds that are coming outside or that are being highlighted by governments or the warning messages that come, it all keeps talking about, okay, you still don't trust it. That trust gap is coming big time. So as when you want to roll it down across organization through all your customers from a banking perspective, so will there be a backlash? Is there a proven case where something wrong has happened, and will this come back and hold a sword up our head? So that is always going to come back. Then finally, I feel there is some level of talent gap as well, right? So, okay, data has been always there with the banks. And over the last 10 to 12 years, there have been data scientists who are present at the banks. And now we are starting to think AI. Do we have the right AI translators with you? Okay, how exactly that data that is sitting there can be translated and you can bring it to a business language? That translation, somewhere there is this gap. So that's where sometimes probably we as a technology company come into play there, where we are now working closely with some of the banks there. We are kind of co-working. Let us bring out composable AI, I would not say AI solutions, I would say AI capabilities. Bring it along with the bank's team, embed it within the bank's general functioning. And that's where we start seeing the value coming out. So I would say, just to summarize, initially it is the problem with the integration. Secondly, it is with the ownership and trust. And thirdly, it is the talent gap that's somewhere glaringly coming out.
So trust, I'll pick this thought of the trust, Salman, and in your side of a business, the trust plays another important element and to the next level. Now, if you have to pick the trust and the ethical use of the AI, where AI has been more predictive and more personalized. So what do you see the wealth manager ensure there is enough trust available in the wealth management when you have AI around, which is again giving you more predictive or more personalized experience? So your thoughts on that?
Yeah. So if you think of AI and wealth management, so let's think of, let's say, use cases. So it gives you asset allocation, right? So it takes your risk profile, your client profile. Based on that, it'll tell you, okay, you have to invest 40% in equities, 60% fixed income, just as an example. Within equities, you have to go into S&P 500 ETF, and it will execute those transactions, right? So as a wealth manager, you have to be able to explain what the AI does. Otherwise, you will lose the client's trust. You will lose the client's, belief in you. At the end, we are not selling performance to the client. He comes to Markaz or X or Y, any company. He comes for the experience you have. He comes for the judgment you have on the products, on the market, and he comes for the legacy that you sell him, right? That's the start. That's your value proposition. AI, as also Ms. Friday said before, it's a tool, right? It will help you give all these allocations and execution, but there's your part that has to come to explain what AI does, right? That's a very critical part, is that explaining the AI model. When it comes to trust, this industry is all about trust. So if you don't have trust, you simply lose the client. You have to invest in governance, probably adopt international data frameworks. Don't take AI outputs for granted. When we use ChatGPT, you have this famous response. This is an AI-generated output. You have always to question this output, and they don't take it for granted as of now. There are many hallucinations. You cannot take that for granted.
And if you ask too many questions, say server is busy.
Exactly, right? It cannot handle that much. So you have to be very careful, especially when it's wealth, it's people's money. even an extra care that you have to take as any other industry.
Great. With this, for example, agent AI or agentic AI is another buzzword in the industry. And it's expected to design your entire flows complete end to end. And with this, Farid, I want to take your perspective. How is agentic AI or AI agents helping or creating an impact on the banking ecosystem?
When you are asking me this question, I do remember one of the movies where the robot gets the control on the world. It's similar to it. Agentic, it's like you are building your agency for autonomy of any process that you can imagine. Either it's fully or semi. The simple example out of it, a customer onboarding. Most of the banks currently, they are automating this service and know your client in a very simple manner. But do you think that this is the end of the story? Definitely not. Because the end of the story cannot be reshaped definitely now, but you can imagine it. Let us imagine something called a digital identity, commonly recognized worldwide, maintaining all the characteristics of the person, everything. Your origination, your health, your information, your employment, your citizenship, everything. And can be shared under a specific security levels between governments and public sector as well as the private. You are living in Kuwait, I need mortgage in Canada or UK or States, sitting at my home and applying and getting it immediately. This is how can we utilize the AI in future. AI, like anything, has pros and cons. A lot of benefits: ready, speedy, fast, precise, accurate, everything you can name it. But also can be manipulated, can be penetrated, can be hacked, can be misused. I can build the AI with a biased data where I can reach the decisions that I want, or a specific government or a specific lobby wants. So also the cybersecurity part, compliance part, a lot of initiatives can stuck with compliance and the regulatory requirements that is still adopting not a fashioned technology or cannot understand the fashion technology behavior. Still there is pros and cons. Even the part of the human fears of a replacement. I do recall one of the experience that while we are revamping a solution, the first hit came from the people themselves. When you are sitting with them, you are telling them, wow, we have a cloud, we have ecosystem, we have smart, we have AI, we have explainable AI, we will provide for you tools. Wow, it's very good. Let us implement. The first moment that you will start to implement and analyze the process, it will be automated, this is not automated. Oh my God, you will take my position, you will take my job, I'll be jobless. No, I don't want this solution at all. And starting defending his position and make a resistance on the change and sometimes challenges and obstacles in front of you not to adopt such technology. This is the normal behavior. But at the end, it will be implemented or not? Yes, it will be implemented. By hook or crook, it will be implemented. Because as Salman explained, there are a lot of areas of innovation and creativity cannot be stimulated by computer. Cannot, by AI. Still the human factor, this is the make of God. We cannot replace. We can simulate, but we cannot replace.
So interesting. You also raised the important point. It can be manipulated. AI can be manipulated. I mean, we saw some examples. For example, particular, let's say, ChatGPT or a AI tool. From wherever it is generated, let's say, particular country, you ask about anything about the politics in that country, it won't reveal you anything about it, but it will reveal you about the neighbor.
Yes.
Same thing, if somebody has floated a AI, you ask about any flaws about that company, it won't reveal any flaws about that company. It may reveal about all other companies. So it's so much of manipulation around. So it should not be blindly trusted, although AI is available. And again, always that human judgment has to be there. With this, Arun, just speak your thoughts on how do you scale AI across, or how do you recommend banks or organizations to scale AI across different functions? As you said, there are challenges. Integration may be another challenge. So what is your thought on right way or right approach to scale AI?
One word, governed. Okay, governed scaling should be the approach as we look at making it grand, right? So again, here, where does it start from? It starts at the drawing board. Right when you made your strategy, you list out, okay, which are those areas that you want to actually start implementing. You can actually get to, like Farida was mentioning, there are a lot of capabilities out there. There are, Gen AI can get plugged into multiple pieces of your practice. But do you want to bring it into every other practice of yours? Or do you want to bring it into practices that matter? Practices where there can be a practical benefit that is coming outside. So the initial compartmentalization to say, okay, I would use Gen AI when it comes to an interaction mode, or agentic AI when it is a customer experience. I will use a traditional AI when it is coming to the fraud detection side of the world. And I would use the RPA control when it comes to the process side of the world, this one. So how well have you broken down your requirements, and then you start building capabilities. And don't start building solutions, build capabilities. If, just to take an example, as an onboarding process, okay? So you have multiple levels of onboarding that are happening. Right from a credit card customer to a loan dispersal, or to a savings account, or to a corporate account, retail, corporate, there are multiple levels of onboarding. So if I build an AI-driven onboarding capability, and now I can scale it across departments, make those changes. Okay, for a credit card customer, what are those tweaks that are required here? Then for the retail customer, what are the tweaks? For the corporate, what is it? For a very large SME or a very large corporate, what is the tweak that is required? Then you start scaling horizontally. So again, you come into a controlled environment there. And finally, like explainable AI has been one of the points that came up at multiple stages, right? So it is again part of how the trust part of it is also going to be built. Let's say a customer came into my bank and he filled out, or rather he gave his details, documents were uploaded, etc. And the message was rejected. What as an output the customer got was, it said, your loan is rejected. Now, the AI engine should be in such a way that it can able to explain why that rejection happened. Let's say there were 5 different factors that were put into reaching a rejection clause. Have you percentagized that whole thing? He was rejected for his score, credit score. Let's say 15% of the rejection reason is the credit score. Then, his geographical presence was one reason. His job, like the trend of job changing, or between there were periods where he didn't have a job. So his financial history was a problem. So are we giving that explainability also coming in here, so that the auditability comes in? This not just for a customer loan rejection scenario, be it a regulatory report or a regulatory question that is being answered. Can you use AI, or I should be able to use AI to actually give that explanation as well?
So AI is even telling you, if before you go to the bank, AI can tell you based on your profile which bank is going to give you the loan first. Yeah, so this is another
Exactly.
example. So before I go to my last question, I'll just open it for audience if there is any questions from the audience. Yeah.
I think I have a. This is actually going back to Salman's earlier point, right? I mean, you were talking about ultimately it's the experience the customer comes to a wealth manager for, and it's about your mind, your brains, your choice of product, and that's what it is, right? Is that statement, and I'm just extending this statement to the morning discussion that we had when there was a comment about no perfect customer, and every customer is different, and there are different segments, and there are different audiences you got to cater to, and there are different services, products, experiences you're providing. So is there a possibility, and do you visualize a situation where because of AI, you actually there are new target customer segments that are getting created, different from the ones that you may be dealing with today, who actually are quote unquote the customers, wealth customers, which are driven entirely based on the AI, technology and platform?
Yeah, Ram, I totally agree. This is the case that's valid today, but at the end, this wealth will be transferred to their kids, which maybe don't want to talk to you, right? They want to talk to an application, and that's where AI becomes the differentiator. If you haven't done your job, you haven't done your homework, you haven't built your infrastructure for that generation, you're out of the game. So I totally agree. That statement I said might be valid today, but you have to prepare yourself to talk the language of the next generation, which wants a mobile application, automatic rebalancing, execution, and not even to talk to an RM. I fully agree.
Yeah, there's another question at the back. Can keep the mic.
Hey, hi. Just one point, because we all are talking on the AI. While
Maybe if you can introduce yourself as well.
Hey, sorry. Myself, Saurabh Singh. I head the global sales for Yeti Consulting. We are into QA business. Just one point is, while I believe, Arun, you have highlighted that there are different forms of AI, maybe the Gen AI, traditional AI, and the RPA that is more for your process-based automation in production. While the AI is coming, that all we are vouching for, is there any kind of data threat or a data issues also are there? And can we also look at a data obfuscation as one of the ways to prevent the data issues during the AI part? So that's one piece, that if we can touch upon that as well.
So your question is to whom? You want?
So
Yeah.
I'll just, just quick. Yes, data definitely, plays a major role here. And the entire concept of your AI is sitting on your data marts, your data lakes, or whatever. Okay. So, and how you navigate that, and how much you can give that assurance to the other side that your data is safe. How you can actually demonstrate that safety element here. Saying that, while we are using Gen AI on one side, how you are localizing your own, building your own LLMs for that matter. And this data that you are gathering from your customer is not, stored or, presented to a larger audience or, or to an audience who should not have access to it. So that level of demonstrations become very important while you build your language models or your own data lakes, and how much localization you're able to bring in there.
Maybe Farida, you want to share from a banking perspective on this?
Actually, I'll add to Aaron's point the matter of data quality. Yes, the security and data privacy is one of the common risks associated to AI, but also the data quality to ensure that such data is complete, comprehensive, and unbiased. As you have provided the example about whoever is providing or feeding the data to the AI engine itself or the solution, may he is biased towards specific topic or specific directions. So all the decisions would come at the end from such a perspective. Actually, I read an article in relation to one of the cases related to that. It's analyzing the part of robo-investment. The robo-investment, it's a dilemma, actually. It started with a robo-advisor where somebody is collecting data like structured, unstructured, putting a behavior about a specific market or a specific share and providing for you the advice whether to go or not to go. But at the end, the decision, it's the customer. May I rely on it, may not. But ended the story with an automated part, the agentic. The automated part was a different story. The automated part is they discovered that the big data is built intentionally to collect the depth of the data from specific sources targeting specific investments. And this is a case happened, proven, in one of largest and reputable companies offering the automated investment. Such behavior will provide for us the same comment that you have started with. At the end, we need a human to select. We need a human to design. We need a human to validate. And we need a human to take a decision whether we will go with this solution or that solution. We can automate definitely the investment behavior and wealth management. There is no harm about it. But to automate it from the perspective, not out of the box solution, for a customized solution, targeting our customer, targeting our segment, targeting our services, targeting our ethics, targeting our values, targeting our community, targeting our regulatory requirements. So there is no need for out-of-the-box approach for a critical solutions like that.
Thank you so much. With this, we'll conclude, I know, and wonderful discussion. Thank you so much.
Thank you.